Jess said today in her panel that culture had to catch up to women's sports. Everybody had to catch up to women's sports. And we work so tirelessly, a lot of times underpaid, undervalued, but I'm just really proud that I don't have the numbers that Ronnie has. I don't have the numbers that other influencers have, but I'm glad that the impact is there. And so I'll leave y'all with that. Go to Brooklyn on Sunday, if nothing else, for the storyline of BG coming home. They're playing Phoenix. But go to a WNBA game, go to NWSL game, go to PHF game. Tune into U.S. Women's Water Polo, who has 69 consecutive wins, but nobody knows about it. Please tune into your favorite grassroots organizations, your favorite beat reporters. They're tirelessly working towards this. And I hope that my influence is inspirational to somebody out there.
Welcome, Zena Keita, to Ladies First Fridays. That was our girl, Ari Chambers, accepting the first award of the night at the #Sports Awards. Shout out to Ari. And we just want to start off the show giving a friend of the show and someone who we both know some flowers, but also because she's so instrumental to the promotion and elevation of not only the WNBA, which we're about to talk about, but women's sports as a whole.
I really appreciate the fact that this moment was about Ari, and she still took the opportunity to plug everyone else. She plugged other people to follow. She plugged sports that people should follow. And that really just kind of intimates everything that she's done in this space for women's sports is always shining light on everyone else. And that's why this award is more deserving. I mean, she's more deserving of this award than anyone else, because that's all she's done with her platform. So that's awesome. Congratulations, Ari. We're proud of you, girl.
Congratulations. We love giving out flowers here. And, you know, we talked about how important Ari is to helping to grow the game. It's something that we all play a part in, something that's important to both of us. Personally, Zena, as women, but also, but it's important to us, and also it's important to BFA. You know, we're focused on promoting women. That's why we have Ladies First Fridays. But also, you know, women's sports are great, and we're not going to try to sell people on that, you know, but we want to make you aware. And a lot of times it's just the awareness. And once you get to know more, you're like, oh, you know, and that's bearing out. That's bearing out right now, because as we see, WNBA ratings are up substantially. They have skyrocketed. They are all the way up. I was thinking of the song when I put that in my feed.
That's so New York of you. I love that.
But yeah, you know, up 49%, Zena.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly, that award said sports influencer. And I know some people feel a little iffy about journalism versus influencing, but women's sports needs it, right? Women's sports need people to influence them to realize that the level of professional sports and the level of competition, the level of excitement, the level of just everything that you want in sport is on the women's side too. And so all these influencers, Grady Diaz, Tarika Foster-Brasby, like all of these people, like an Ari Chambers, that are influencing the world to catch up, as Ari said, is good. It's working. You're seeing this. And the more and more people get on board beyond watching NCAA basketball and transitioning into pro, I'm all for it. It's great. But I will say this, one of the things that when we're thinking about ratings and watching, I was one person that actually talked about this earlier in the season when I first started the WNBA, which was these games. And seeing these games change the format in the way that they're trying to get the fans to be involved with the game. So I know Natalie Achonwo, she had tweeted, do we like interviewing players in the middle of the game? Now, I am a sideline reporter, so it is my job to go up to players after the game, particularly, and assistant coaches during the game at halftime to go ask them, like, what's your strategy? What are you going to fix for the second half? And my goal is to give the audience, the fans, an idea of what are the assistant coaches picking up on that you may have not noticed. Now, fans aren't dumb, but some fans don't know everything to look for, what to pick up on. The player was like, this feels stupid. And I can imagine that there's probably other players that feel the same way. But I really think it comes down to the fans, right? Like the W's trying to do something different this year where they have in-game coach interviews. Now I hate it. I'm sorry, I hate it. It's distracting. I feel like the coaches are trying to do their job, and here they are having a press conference in the middle of the game. I'm not for it. However, I know that there's some fans that are like, yo, this is so different. This is so cool. I know that the WNBA is trying to do something different to get more fans involved, but I don't know if this is the move. But it's interesting to see, as a sideline reporter, hearing a player say, I don't want to be asked these questions. And as a former player, I can imagine how distracting that might be. I'm trying to catch my breath. I'm over here trying to play the game. And here I am having to answer a question about why someone is out rebounding me. Or why someone is, why are we doing so well in the paint? Like, it's like, I don't know. Y'all watch the game. I got to go to the locker room. We have things to talk about. And so I get why Natalie tweeted that. The comments were interesting. I would be very, very curious to see how someone from the W it's more of a basketball focused league, right? Fans of the W really like the X's and O's. They like pretty basketball. As Jerry West says all the time, they like pretty basketball. Whereas in the NBA side, people like the excitement. They like the big dunks. They like the flow of the game and things of that sort, more so in the men's game. So I'd be interested to see if men's basketball fans responded in the same way to Natalie's tweet about just being annoyed about the interviews, because you get really good sound bites out of them a lot of the time too. So I don't know, but it was a very interesting question posed, and I felt torn as a former player and a sideline reporter.
I hear you. You know, my namesake is very smart. I tend to agree with her, even though I didn't play. I often think when I'm watching, this is so annoying. Whether it's NBA games, WNBA, I'm just like, don't bother me at this moment. I mean, at times
right.
I think post games can be annoying, right? So I can only imagine heat of the moment. So yeah, I think it was a good question to ask.
Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget, you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.